Just a couple of my classes, not all. Hi, Maui.
What's your favorite? You guys from I like. That's right. Say no more.
We have not done part E yet. So we want to do part E. I'm not freak out. I haven't touched it. Part D, I ended this, and I'm kind of combining two things. We learned and see what you can do with this. Let's do the percentile.
Well, to kind of tell you about these amazing project
The like new just
that's so amazing. Next one that we did they would have it's amazing.
So I guess don't ask me how to eat. So I'll just explain it like everybody wants. That's like today's lesson. But I know they A through D, please ask if you know.
Tyler. Oh, point two. Yeah, I got 20.
That's why.
You said high. You said 5% below that. No, you didn't put
So, I don't know what they're doing today. I'm part of the lecture.
Yeah, you do. Just
Yeah, that's because percentile is percent below. That's the goddamn word.
Then I would love.
I don't even want to talk about it. Leave me alone. So like we're talking about F prime, F double prime. So everyone's like, it's positive. I'm like, which freaking one are you talking about? We can't say it. So normal PDF is banned. Don't use the N word. Oh wait, that's not what I meant. Like normal PDF, not like the other. Don't use that N word either. Yeah. That was not ideal. Alright, so let me just give me a second to write this. You guys keep working. I don't know if you're working or not, but I'll write out what I'm typing in and put the answers up, and then I'll talk through E. And we'll practice E. I'll get there.
put in the equations in the input bar. It won't let me.
It won't?
It says error.
Really?
For the mean standard deviation.
I don't know. I haven't tried it, I guess. I'll get there. Can I just put that for normal CDF? That works, right? Sure. Wasn't very convinced. It does work? But I report that it works.
You might not have closed the parentheses or something. It works just fine.
So, what parentheses?
3 squared plus 4 squared, square root of this is 5.
It is. But you don't have to do it. But that was pretty simple. That's like a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Yeah. I was writing. How did I get one for what? Oh, I put the wrong number there. This is 160, isn't it? So so it's not, the answer's wrong too. 0.406, that make more sense? Then 0.115 for part C. So are those three okay? Alright, let me type through D because that was. Quiet, please. Are you still working? I can wait. Like, I love you working or talking.
I'm trying to figure out
So let me go through D. If you're working, I can wait. If you're talking, let's go back. What's up? You just tell me to get out of the way again. Okay. So A, B, and C are okay? Questions on those? Okay. Somebody erase that then. So for D, if I give you the percent, that's basically telling you 75% of the data is below. So if I give you the percent, you're going backwards. That's inverse norm, right? So you're going to do inverse norm, and you want to tell the calculator the percent that is below. That's exactly what percentile does, so you don't have to flip it. You just put 0.75. And then you tell the calculator the mean and the standard deviation, so you can do that same thing where you make the calculator do the work and type in that stuff. This is 161 and this is just 5. So if you want to just type in the numbers, it's not that bad. But did you get to work, bud? Because I thought it did.
I got it to work. Here's now works. I put in the equation.
You typed something in wrong or something. Are you okay?
I guess what I did in mine is I did the square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared. But now it works.
You got it. So it's 164.37, and that's how I got it. Does that make sense what I'm doing? Okay. So E, it's a different ballgame. This is like today's lesson. So what I'm asking is, what is the probability that, so let's say Davis's score is greater than Gillis's score. So one way I can do that is if Davis is greater than Gillis. This seems like I'm being egotistical, but keep in mind in golf, a lower score is better, so I'm actually saying he's beating me. Let's say I subtracted Gillis from both sides of this equation. Wouldn't that be the same as saying that Davis minus Gillis is greater than 0? So like if 5 is greater than 3, you subtracted 3 from both sides, isn't that the same idea as 5 minus 3 is greater than 0? Those are the same thing. So if A is bigger than B, you subtract A minus B, are you going to get a positive number or a negative number? Positive. So if Davis is greater than Gillis, if I subtract Davis minus Gillis, I'm going to get a positive number. So this is like the algebra. So just trying to say like if x is greater than y, that's the same as x minus y is greater than 0. Or you can just think about it as if this is bigger, when you subtract something smaller, you're still going to have a positive number, so greater than 0. Okay? So what I want is to combine these two distributions with subtraction. So I've got Davis is approximately normal, 82 and 4. Gillis is approximately normal, 79 and 3. And what I want is to say what is the distribution of Davis minus Gillis is going to be approximately normal with what mean and what standard deviation. What would the mean be if I'm doing Davis minus Gillis? It would be 3. Just do 82 minus 79. And then what would the standard deviation be? Still the square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared, right? Which is 5. But the idea is, even if it's a subtraction problem, we add variances no matter what. So then this is going to be, this is my new mean, this is my new standard deviation. And that's my distribution that I'm working with now. And what do I want to be true about that distribution if I'm going to have the higher score? I want it to be bigger than 0. So if you think about like the number line thing, I put 0 on there. I want to be above 0, which is there. So what I'm going to do after all of this, I'm running out of beer because I'm running out of room, but it's going to be normal CDF, 0 to 999, because I want Davis minus Gillis to be a positive number. And then what's the mean and standard deviation? There's just what we got right here. So comma 3, comma 5. So I get 0.726. I'm way less concerned with the answer at this point. I'm more concerned with like, do you understand what I did? How many got 0.726? Okay. Questions on what I did or why I did it? So let's say that you were a casino and you have a sports book and you offer people a chance to bet on things. And you have this information about people. This might be a way that you could say, like, hey, this is what I think is going to happen. You think differently, bet on it. And then you can start to make odds. This is kind of how sports books start to make predictions. Anything else I can go through on this one? Yeah. Just throw another one up there. Let's think about like, well, running is weird too because it's also. I was thinking running, but then that's backwards because you want a higher, you want a lower time also. What other sports do we play in here? I got a football one on there, so I don't want to do football. It says soccer. I wouldn't have to do anything. Alright, Milan soccer. Averages. Anybody play soccer? 2 goals? Is that a lot? Is that average? That's typical? Averages 2 goals per game. Standard deviation of 0.5. Saline Soccer averages 1.8 goals per game with a standard deviation of 0.6. Find the probability that Milan beats Saline. Sam gets curious, more goals is good inside.
I'm just curious how you get 0.8 on the ball. Like, does this partially go on and then comes back out?
Well, it's an
Or does the ball
average.
split in half?
I don't know how you can put it.
It's like two crossbars. Same, if it hits the crossbar, you get half a point. Okay.
So, is it more likely than half or less that Milan's going to win? More, because their average is higher, right? So if you get a number that's less than 50%, you did something wrong.
My handwriting's not bad. But like, I feel like when I'm doing math, my handwriting looks nicer.
So there were some people that did not do far. I'm trying to say anything. I didn't say anything. What doesn't make sense? Okay.
That one over
0.
I got 8.
Makes sense.
There you go. That one's more 6 feels more probably up. Band.
You got like 6, 7, 7 balls.
Why did I get I got you. You know what that looks like? It looks like you got kind of like a star thingy, like.
Okay, so
Hold on. Looks like you got that, and then it looks like you went like that. That's what I don't know what I did. I don't know if I had it that. I don't know. I see Walmart. I see Walmart.
why is this happening?
Handwriting. Yeah, your handwriting sucks.
If Milan is going to beat Saline, we want Milan's number of goals to be greater than Saline's number of goals. Which means we want Milan minus Saline to be greater than 0. So that's probably the most important thing to understand right there. Does that make sense? Why that works? So, Milan minus Saline is approximately normal with a mean of 2 minus 1.8, which I know is 0.2, and a standard deviation of the square root of 0.5 squared plus 0.6 squared, which I don't even want to figure out. I didn't want to know. So then I'm going to go normal CDF. I want Milan minus Saline to be bigger than 0. So again, if you think about your number line, 0's here, positive numbers. So I want between 0 and 999. And I can just tell the calculator 2 minus 1.8 and the square root of 0.5 squared. That will give me the answer. I didn't do it yet, but that will give me the answer. So I got 0.6. Like 0.601, I guess. But how many had that? Questions on it? Alright. Say easy peasy. Alright. Can you see those? You what? Alright, so hold on, let me maybe see what I can do. Whoa, calm down over there. Wow. Whoa. Hold on. Doing some cleaning here. I don't need this at all. Alright, so this is your worksheet basically. So I'm saying like the male height, I'm giving you the mean and standard deviation. Female height, mean and standard deviation, then I'm saying what's the probability male's greater than female. Then confidence stats grade, Davis golf, Gillis golf, mile football, Chelsea football. Does that make sense? How it's set up? Makes sense how it's set up. So for that first one, male is approximately normal. Mean of 70 is deviation.
It's not taking me to the screen.
Female approximately normal and mean of 66. So if I were to ask for, let's say, male plus female, which I'm not, but I'm trying to catch up with this, I would add up the means. But then I can't add standard deviation. So for both the variance, that's where I don't just start paying attention.
No, not part of this.
So if I ask you to add them up, this is the if I ask you to subtract, which if we're going to compare which is better, we have to subtract. You would subtract the means. So the variance of the
stats to count. Yeah, for the he's on the scene.
I did it again. It was a 7.
Put 0 on there. I want the numbers bigger than 0. Still a 0. So the probability that
Never
I'm
seen
about to do
noticing a pattern.
0.
Like I said, I've never seen a pattern.
That's all it counts.
It's have to be bad to say this is all that's also.
If I ask you what's
Wow.
plus
What?
That's amazing.
probability male plus female less than
500.
Well, I wrote it down.
It's tough.
negative 999, 48.
What'd you get? Oh,
Everyone would ever say that's
hey, what'd you get from 2?
This is the video. The video.
What?
I'll keep that there.
Yeah.
Obviously. I can do it again. Oh, that didn't even work. How do you do 2?
What's wrong with you? Like, why is it different? What?
I just got out.
1?
Oh.
What's the? So you gotta do stats
Sam,
minus
it's been on
count.
the board all week.
So what's the mean?
I
What do you have made about plus 8?
Ryan today.
That's a great question.
No, it's your head.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure.
Help. How many you got done?
You know, it helped.
Okay.
Make sure to think about like which one is more likely, and that your answer matches that. So the male average is taller than the female. So your average better be bigger, or your probability better be bigger than 0.5. Stats is better than calc. Your answer better be bigger than 0.5. Well, you lost.
That is not wrong.
I mean, they did win the state title. It's not like that much of an insult. To... I mean, 0.61 is fine.
Dang.
Is he 0.71 for this one?
What'd you get? 0.2?
Oh yeah. I did back. So it's 2.9. So they're just gonna add up to 1, right? Like if I do it backwards, I can just flip it. But that's a fair point. Like just because you guys lost doesn't necessarily mean that they're a better team. No.
Just not.
If you guys played them 10 times, how many would you win? Do you think?
7.
Really?
Well, I guess it depends. Like, are we playing them like games play different each time, or is it just like?
Sure. But so do they. 0.261.
Yes.
So I did it again, but I caught myself. So just be aware of that. The first time I did this, I was like, oh, it's 0.739. but I did it backwards. So be careful. And then I was like, wait, this is bigger. Milo's smaller, so it should be a number less than half. And I caught myself and fixed it. So that's a way to figure out if you're like on the right path or not. You know. Questions on this at all? Okay, so at this point, that's the chapter. I think you are all set to do all the con now. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But you have the rest of today. You have tomorrow. Also to do cons on Tuesday. I'll give you a practice test review situation on. Oh my God! I'm talking about it right now. I literally just said.
We're doing con tomorrow, practice test on Tuesday, probably test on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So that's a job.
Yes.
Con tomorrow. Practice test Tuesday. Test Wednesday. On what? Writing?
Why?
Or
Because
what?
you scheduled on someone's birthday that you didn't know was his birthday.
So you take Tuesday. It really should be Tuesday. The test should be Tuesday, but I don't want to give you a test after a 3-day break.
So I should just automatically get an A on it. I'm very confident in this chapter.
Good, good.
Hopefully I'll get that anyway. But like, just because I don't, you should bump me some.
I don't know. Oh, you said like I'll get it later, didn't you?
Not what I said.
Remember I like almost gave it to you and then. Sign out, please. So like we had to review normal CDF and restore first. Then we started combining hours. So you must have played this a lot.
For my book. My book review.
Did it get better?
I'm just kind of
Yeah. Yeah. So that's like supposed to be harder. Yeah. So this was like us reviewing just combined distribution. Greater than 150.
Actually, when they walked in, they didn't know who was who. They didn't know who was who. Luckily, had to.
thunderstorm, so give you the percent. Put the percent below here. So if I said 70%. That's what I said. 40%.
I didn't laugh.
Well, now it's.
What was it doing?
She was going to normal CDF.
That's good. And then we started like combining, which is what we were just doing.
It's surrounding. No. Looked at it wrong. It's literally pointing. That was literally easy.
Yeah.
There's some days that are kind of fun. I mean, I guess that's what I think we just did too, but I looked at it wrong. I guess. Some days like you can't put zero as a lower. I didn't know what it was gonna be.
So let's just leave this one down.
Yeah.
So they used
But it
to
was stuff that moved. So I was up with the two.
combining them.
Yeah.
So here we have
Less.
normal.
65. Less than 65. Add up all of them. It's a lot of things. Oh,
There's a video.
Okay. I don't know.
So if it helps, great. If you got it, great. If it ends up to more than 4, so you gotta add up like the 0.3 plus 0.5 plus 0.2. So that's 1. So that would not be it. But if you get like 120% or something, it's not bad. You do have to know how to add though. Con tomorrow. I may or may not be here tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Celine doesn't have school tomorrow. And my kids go to Celine, and I don't know. My wife has some work, and she has like a meeting. So I don't know if I have to go. They have they're taking the day off to get their teachers time to prep in case they have to go all virtual. It's depressing.
That's so sad.
So basically, they're going over.
I think they're just kind of like us. Like we're at like 80% attendance and like 75. Kind of gotta go all virtual.
I'm on school. They only had half.
Yeah, what are they doing?
They're virtual right now.
Are they?
Have half of them still. They have 400 kids and
That's throughout the whole district.
No, that was just at the high school.
Okay, so it's district wide. So even if the
Yeah.
high school's low, like hospital.
We just like use that as an example.
Yeah. No, I
Their
know.
attendance went down to like 71, I think.
I was
So then like you didn't become a school. It doesn't
twice.
count.
I've screwed
So
up on.
and they had a bunch of teachers out. I think like we had 6 out the other day, and Shin kind of said like this is about the most we can do. So if there's more, he's like I was wondering what our worst case, like what our peak was, and this is it. We hit it.
It was like funny watching Professor get here and just seeing all those kids in there.
It was horrible.
That sounds
I
awful.
Like I had a Spanish class, and they're like, okay, let's send you to the middle of the gym, sit in a circle, do a little powwow.
There's a basketball game going on around you. People are throwing footballs over your head.
Basketball's around, footballs over my head.
Yeah.
And like, take out your Chromebook and do Schoology.
The thing is, you know, if you're in the cafeteria or you're sent to the gym, you're not going to do any work.
Imagine being a sub and like trying to take attendance. You don't even know the kids. There's like 6 classes all mixed. I mean, it's just a mess.